Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at BSV. I know it's not a very popular coin because, well, Craig Wright's a bit of a douchebag, but despite that, the chart is what I'm most interested in. So whether or not the creator is a douchebag or not, the chart is a very clean and crisp and pretty much very forgiving chart. I've been making videos on this for a little while now because there's a clear rhythm to this, and I even not that I do much tweeting, but I even tweeted about it recently. Look, when we look at it like this in its very simple terms, right, taking away pretty much all indicators and everything, what do we see? We see price action that has a very clear uptrend of support, basically meaning that if we ever do catch it down at these supports, yes, we get pumps and dumps and pumps and dumps and pumps and dumps, but what it suggests is every time we come down to this trend line, this support trend line, it's relatively safe. And this is how safe it really is. So we're talking about 2019. Okay, back down here, there was a wick all the way down here. 2018, revisited there 2019. But then when we go over to the March crash, it's still quite a lot higher, you know, in the March crash than these lows down here. So even in that horrendous, and especially after something like this, even after that horrendous situation, you know, where the market completely crashed, it still didn't make it still made a higher low, and so in that respect, it did draw my attention to it. And obviously, when you stand back and look at it, there is a very clear pump and dump situation going on here. But without the pump and dumps, what we see is if there was ever an investment to be made in any altcoin, that you were not looking for some particularly high gains, but you were looking for safe. I suppose as safe as it gets, really, with altcoins. This probably could be one of those ones. Now, obviously, we're 60% up towards the top of what I would consider to be the first level of resistance, and it's been resistance this entire time. Obviously, there's been moments where we've broken above it to a large extent, quite a large extent, I would say. That wick was 62%, so it's not massive. I mean, it's got every possibility of breaking outside of this, and also, upwards channels like this, they often do break to the down, but this one has been going on for such a long period of time that I'd be very surprised if it did break down. I think we're going to be in this upwards channel until it actually breaks out. I mean, whether or not you want to buy it, it's up to you. I mean, it's not available on Binance and things like that. It was actually delisted due to the Craig Wright being a douchebag. Whether he is or isn't, Satoshi doesn't really bother me. What matters to me is making some money out of this. And so we've had a very long period of accumulation in a high level here. This is a weekly chart, by the way, a weekly chart. So if we turn on the Itchy Cloud, what do we see? Nothing particularly of any strong significance at the moment. All right, at the moment we're breaking out of this red cloud, but what I would say is that over the next few months, once this cloud goes green, we're talking sort of, I suppose, summertime, it will have more power at that point, a lot more power to launch and probably break out of this. Now, I don't really particularly have top targets. I like to try and play this channel for what it's worth, but I always keep some available. So I've been buying and selling these dumps, as you can see. So buying down here, waiting for a pump, selling some, waiting for it to come back down, because that basically is how it works. I started off with very few of these BSV coins, but because the chart is so clean and crisp, gives you every opportunity to always get some more, simply by trading its own chart. So what do I expect from this? Well, I would expect it to come up to here, to the top of this trend line, and probably break down from there, to be honest with you. Like I say, according to the Ichimoku cloud, it's not particularly ready to make any significant moves until June, July, and that's where I would really hold some weight on it. However, being above this cloud on a weekly is a good sign, but it might not be the signal that I'm waiting for. It's not really a signal in itself, it's just showing that it's got some strength in it at the moment. But that goes along with all the top cap coins. They've all got a lot of strength in them. Bitcoin SV, let's have a look at some of these just very briefly. Bitcoin SV looking very strong, very strong on the weekly. Ethereum Classic, what have we got here on the weekly? Conversion baseline crossover here on the weekly, playing out just as it should, as we would expect. EOS, what we've got here? We have same signal, same kind of play out. This is what I was saying, a week or two ago. All these top cap coins, they've all got the same kind of signal, they've all got the same kind of vibe. Litecoin's been even stronger for a longer period of time, so that's just a continuation from all the way back down here. Binance coin, we don't need to really go into that. We all know what's been going on with Binance coin. So and there's many more of these top cap coins that all have this similar setup. So whether or not Bitcoin SV is moving on its own or it's moving out of default, because it is still obviously a top cap coin, is neither here nor there. It's a game of support and resistance, and I will play this trend until the trend breaks out one way or another. And I don't particularly see it being able to break out of this channel until in middle of the summer, really, June, July, maybe a bit later. But it will do it. It definitely will do it. This is a great coin for trading on a very simple term basis, and it's a very low risk coin if you're able to buy roughly down at these support levels, which is again an uptrend the entire time. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.